Welcome to a very special episode of Words About Books. I'm here today, not with my co-host Nate, but with erotic author, author of erotica, not an erotic author. He's actually painfully vanilla. Chad Dingleton.
I could be both.
Chad Dingleton here to set the record straight. There's been a long-standing and somewhat one-sided literary feud between comedic erotica authors Chad Dingleton and chuckery Taylor Tingle. I guess I get to listen to this, and I've been informed there's a real risk here that we're going to get into some explicit material. I have no idea how we're going to be able to edit it together into a coherent episode for the airwaves, but even that explicit marker only goes so far. We can't put straight up, pornography on Spotify, I think. So
guess we'll find out. We're going to be pioneers. We're going to push the boundaries.
So what I was going to say is if you want to hear the unedited version of this particular episode of Words About Books, you might need to go on Patreon.
I'll put it on. We can put it on Patreon in the free tier.
Words About Books might be starting in OnlyFans.
You can listen to it for. There you go. This is dipping the toes into the water there.
Yeah.
Told you I'm an erotic
Only
author.
Books. Okay. So only mans. Only men. Oh God. Okay. So Chad Dingleton, you recently I gifted this to Nate, but somehow Chad Dingleton wound up with my gift in his hands.
That's weird.
It's weird how that happens.
It's like how no one ever sees us in the same room at the same time, but we are at the same party.
And it's also weird how Nate plays a paladin named Chad Dingleton.
Hero worship.
Yeah, I guess it must be. He's painfully unoriginal.
I mean,
so.
you played a guy named Terry who was hulking up. So
that episode has not come out yet, but yes, I did play a guy named Terry
Hero
who worked
worship
on the docks and constantly disappointed his father. But and speaking of disappointing our fathers, so you read 7 stories to tingle your butt by
Scary stories to tingle your butt. 7 tales of gay terror.
Scary stories to tingle your butt. 7 tales of gay terror by Chuck Tingle. Now, for those who don't know, Chuck Tingle, I think I'll just let me bring up his bibliography here.
Yeah, go for it. Someone's got to.
So
you might also say Dr.
Chuck Tingle.
But I don't know if he's a doctor.
He's
supposedly he went to DeVry University and got one of those PhDs that
I think it's a joke. He also calls himself a Taekwondo grandmaster.
Well,
and says he was born in Home of Truth, Utah.
I can believe that.
And his PhD is in holistic massage.
I don't know if I should be offended or not.
Hey, you know what? He might be able to give you that massage you've been looking for that focuses on the bottoms of your feet.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, you're right. Yeah, focus on the backs of the leg and the bottom of the feet, not where the bones are.
Yeah.
Or maybe he's got the ability to loosen up those shins. Maybe that's just how good he is. You have to get to that doctor level.
Poppers. So he's I'm trying to think if you're kind of in like the Nuzzle House space of book podcasting, maybe it's more familiar to you. This is very much the kind of guy I would sit around and read with Glenn and Elton.
Okay.
And I don't think it worked for you.
I don't know what that says about them or you, actually.
We like nonsense. So Chuck Tingle, I don't know if you're going to have to start bleeping already. I'm going to list some of his books, and you could get an idea of the kind of tale we're dealing with here. He has started writing real books, but these are the ones that sort of got him famous. My billionaire Triceratops craves gay. Patented by President Bigfoot.
Oh no.
Taken by the gay unicorn biker. I'm gay for my living billionaire jet plane. In the butt by my handsome living corn. And other titles feature abstract concepts such as partners, or involve metatextual references such as angry man by the fear of his latent gayness over a dinosaur transitioning into a unicorn.
I did read that one.
Did you?
I believe that is yes. See, it's hard to tell, Ben. I'm gonna have some criticisms related directly to the production as well.
Related to the production as well.
Yeah, this was an audiobook.
So, and I guess it's worth mentioning that I'm the reason we're speaking with Chad Dingleton right now is because he's something of an erotic nonsense author himself. Author of Extra Sensual Perception, available now on Amazon. An erotic tale of psychics versus cyborgs.
And it's only about a third of the cost of this book.
And I think really it's about family, at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah. So I heard your initial thoughts, Chad, and I was like, wow, this is Hemingway versus Faulkner of our time. Here we have an erotic nonsense author, and here we have another erotic nonsense author, and one of them has never heard of the other, but the other's having a real one-sided takedown. So
damn right.
I'm excited. Let's jump right into it. What are your thoughts?
All right, so let's start off with the fact that it's an audiobook by someone whose mouth noises are very pronounced. Not a fan of that.
Read by the author?
No. Unless the author is pretending to be another person. So maybe. But it was not explicitly stated as being Chuck Tingle.
And these mouth noises on a scale of 1 to James Marsters.
Not as bad as that. They were present and I could hear them, but it wasn't
eating
like
a sandwich on mic.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He wasn't eating a sandwich the way James Marsden was during his retelling of the Jim Butcher series.
Yeah. Oh God, what's that series? Oh God, it's
Dresden
that cringy
Files.
Dresden Files. Yeah, the cringy wizard with a trench coat. Yeah. Oh, Spike. I liked his work on Buffy. So, okay, it's not as bad as that. That's good.
No, but here's another thing. When you have chapters, or in this case, 7 different stories, you should maybe read the title. You should also maybe pause a moment to let me know that one story has concluded and another story has started. Like in the Star Wars books, it'll be like, there'll be an end, and the author will pause, and then you hear a little background noise, and he'll say, Chapter 15. And then he starts talking. This just goes right from one story to the next. I had to look down a few times to see if I had transitioned into a new story. Because he turns into a vampire bus, and then suddenly we're on to I hate unicorns. I only to dinosaurs.
Okay. Yeah, no, that sounds like actually a very valid criticism of the production.
Yes.
It's pretty industry standard to... Now, if we're talking about an old Icelandic manuscript, they do tend to run on, but even when a new poem starts, it's one of the few places they use a capital letter. But otherwise, everything else runs together, because I think a calf gets you 4 pages of vellum. So that shit gets expensive quick.
Yeah, they should have invented papyrus, idiots.
Yeah, with all those river reeds they had.
How
They don't
hard
even
could
have
it
wood
be?
pulp. I don't know where Iceland gets paper today.
Probably import it.
Yeah, but trading for what?
All that cod they won when they won the cod wars against the UK, Ben.
Hey.
They got that booming industry. So,
So,
I guess we'll get into each of these stories. Let me just real briefly read you the best parts. Ready? Bigfoot pirates haunt my balls.
nice.
Vampire night bus my butt.
As expected.
Angry man by the fear of his latent gayness over a dinosaur transitioning into a unicorn.
Did he accept himself?
My ass is haunted by the gay unicorn colonel.
Oh, that sounds troubling.
The state of California stalks my gay.
Gavin Newsom.
The curse of Bigfoot butt camp by my. Or sorry, the curse of Bigfoot butt camp. Sorry, even the title doesn't have commas between their chapters. And then by my reaction to the title of this book.
Oof.
I've
Meta.
just given you the best bits of these stories by telling you the title, and you can just imagine the concept, and it's about as good as what is written. I'm gonna get shit for this, Ben. I think these are not. I think these were. I hesitate to say shat out in an afternoon onto a forum for writing that was later compiled into a book. But I have no evidence that didn't happen.
I don't think a lot of people would be surprised by that.
It really seems like the titles do a lot of heavy lifting, and then it's just like trash wrapped in a meme.
Yeah.
And not even particularly good trash.
Well, you would know from good trash.
Do you know how long it took me to write that fucking book? Longer than I care to admit.
I know how long it took me to edit it. But
I feel like I put effort in that book, man. I feel like I put a little piece of myself. I created much like Morgoth did. That was my ring, Ben. I put a little piece of my soul in that book. I don't feel like the same can be said of this collection of short stories, Ben.
So, the interesting thing, part of the reason I thought of this was because I talked about Nuzzle House, and the reason I mentioned Nuzzle House is because Glenn and Gertie from the Nuzzle House podcast, every now and then they get together and they like write a story live on mic from some stupid premise.
This is what you're saying.
Yeah, but I was going to say there's actually they at least have to have an arc.
Yeah, none of these characters I can remember none of their names. I can only remember what had sex with them because of the title, because it's usually some sort of Bigfoot or inanimate object or a ghost or something, or definitely a combination of those things.
So, and I should tell you, as a book podcaster, I don't tell people I'm a book podcaster. I go to great lengths to hide that in my personal life, but every once in a while I have to explain, Ben, what are you doing every night and weekend? And if I don't say something, I'm going to start to look like a serial killer.
Sex with my wife. Will you believe that?
Have you heard of the vigilante that stalks downtown? No, I have had to admit it. And then inevitably, I have 6 separate people have sent me Chuck Tingle books. Every time somebody discovers Chuck Tingle, they tell me. So I've been waiting to read one of these, and I was expecting
read Chuck Tingle.
Or did they almost just see the certainly title? Not. Almost certainly not. So
again, the titles look funny. The cover of the book looks funny.
I was expecting something like what Glenn and Gertie do, where it was going to be like, I don't think they'd be bothered by this description. Low effort, but like some care is put into making a coherent story, like I don't know, like one of those stories you have to write on state standardized tests or something. It's like you get 2 hours to write a story. It's not going to be gold, but
You get your
you're gonna,
information out there, and you know,
yeah, come up with something that shows you have some mastery of the language.
there you go. Yeah, no, unfortunately, the title is basically all you need to know. Let me give you an example. We'll start with the very first one, which is Bigfoot Pirate Haunts My.
Okay.
So it actually, this is probably the one that had the most going for it, because it starts out with like, man should never have pushed out. Our cities just kept growing and growing and encroaching on the forest, and they drove out the mighty Bigfoot. The big feet had to either adapt and take jobs in human society or become pirates. You've got now it sounds like he said Lorca the Black. That's what I wrote down, and that's what I'm going with. He's on the ship the Nice Abs, Ben, and he's raiding all up and down the coast until the Navy blows him up.
Is he a Bigfoot?
He is a Bigfoot with a crew of big feet.
Ah, okay. Well, they're Bigfoots.
Well, he says big feet, Ben.
Oh, that would be incorrect.
Ooh, we're starting to learn that maybe Chuck Tingle is not a doctor in Bigfootonomics.
Yeah, it's like how the plural of octopus is octopodes.
Oh my God, is it really?
Yes, because it's about the pluralization of the Latin foot.
Shit, dog.
Yeah.
Well, he says it was big feet.
No, that's incorrect.
Well, we've got a handsome guy whose name I didn't even write down. He's walking a dog on the beach when suddenly he has pain in his balls.
Oh no.
He goes to the doctor, and they're like, "Oh,
That's
Andy.
wise.
It must be Andy," because he says, "Andy, we got your results. You're not sick. Your balls are haunted." And he's like, "Well, what else am I supposed to do? He's my doctor. I have to believe him." This one I wrote. This is brain rot.
Well, I mean, I imagine Zach Baggins could get involved. Maybe do like
there's
sage
nothing we can
cleansing
do.
on your.
There's nothing we can do. Sorry. A ghost is going to appear before you who has still has some unfinished business in our realm. You got to finish that business so that he can go to the other side. And lo and behold, Lorca the Black appears before him. He's got unfinished business, and also he's really hot. And I have I'm turned on by this.
Oh wow,
My
what does he
dick is
look
huge.
like?
He's a Bigfoot.
Well, yeah, but I mean, how
He's
can you
got
tell
a
if
chest
he's hot?
and some other shit, Ben. Look, I didn't write down the descriptions. You're gonna have to read the book for that, okay? You want the steamy goss, but yeah, he's a Bigfoot. He's a big old hairy dude.
Okay, well, you know what they say about guys with big feet.
And he's like, "Hey, Andy, I guess that's your name. Anyway, got some unfinished business. Me and my boys, we're gay."
Oh no.
And he's like, "Oh my gosh,
That's unheard of on the high seas."
At 100%, I have never known of a gay sailor in my life, so this is actually mind-blowing to me.
Not one.
And he's like, "That must be why my is so hard." And Lorca's like, I'm only haunting your balls. Shaft is yours, matey. I wrote that line down.
I'm not having the worst time right now.
No, this is the best story of the bunch.
Yeah.
This is why I'm giving you this story, because the others have nothing going for them. So he's like, "All right, Ghost Bigfoot Pirate Crew." The next quote I have is, "Give me those ghost Bigfoot dicks."
Oh jeez, I don't even know. Do we have an episode this week?
There's gonna be a lot of bleeping, Ben. There's gonna be a lot of bleeping.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Then what proceeds is a very detailed of ghost Bigfoot inside of this man, and also a description of all the coming out of them and
I see here that Chuck Tingle was one of the guests on H Bomber Guy's charity stream.
Did he show his face?
No.
Yeah. Well,
Okay. I assume
then,
that's so. Oh, that's not the climax.
well, I mean, that is the climax, giggity. But then they're like, all right, now we've fulfilled our thing. We can cross over to the other side. And now we're going to make you walk the plank. And since we don't have one of those, we're just going to throw you overboard. And so he wakes up on the beach, I think maybe covered in that isn't just water. And there's a note. And the Bigfoot wrote him a note, and it was like, the truth is, I'm in love with you. I'll always wait for you on the other side. The end, Ben. We go into the next chapter almost immediately.
Yeah, that's sweet.
No, it's not. You have to earn that. You didn't earn that. I barely knew anything that was going on, Ben. I went to great lengths, Ben, to try to make my story more than just fucking. All right? I tried to make an emotional connection there. Maybe I failed. I don't know. But I tried. These aren't even characters.
No one's read it.
Yeah, exactly.
No, we made Glenn read it.
We'll have to get his opinion then. What did you think of the relationship between the two leads? But the relationship between these two leads is a bunch of ghost dicks, and that's it. And so when you told me that like, okay, it's a meme, and you know, it's like kind of a ridiculous comedic premise, but there's some heart in there.
Okay.
I was expecting some fucking heart in there, Ben. Every story is like that. Every story has him getting sometimes by multiple things or people, and then it ends. And I'm supposed to intuit that this is love? Question mark. I'm struggling here, Ben.
Oh gosh. So okay. Here's honest to God. Here's why I got you this book for Christmas.
It wasn't just to be a jackass.
No. Okay, here's the reviews. I looked at them before I got it for you. I bought this as a silly, this is 5 stars. I bought this as a silly novelty book to read camping with friends. Okay, well, they might be more than friends, but was not expecting good stories. Definitely was not expecting erotica with progressive social messages baked in. The end of each is basically the same filthy homoerotic orgy. Okay.
Yeah.
But the stories leading up are
Incorrect.
A mix of funny,
maybe,
sweet,
maybe,
and even thought-provoking.
Maybe with one of his novels, even the more ridiculous novels, maybe that's the case. But these short stories, they don't have any time to cook. It is...
Who would have thought we'd find actual positive trans representation in a story titled in the Butt by My Latent Gayness? I was going to talk about
that one, because that one clearly has a message about the trans experience.
Good.
I don't know if that means it's an inherently good story. But again, maybe he talks about it more in depth in some of his longer novels, where he has more than 5 pages or whatever to work with.
It seems like a surprising number of these people bought it to read at a party.
Yes, I can imagine this being read at a college party. and that would make sense, because they're like 5 to 10 pages max per story. You can slam one of these down while you get wasted.
Oh no. I haven't personally read the book yet. 5-star review.
Okay. Well, that's not high praise. Okay.
Oh no. A literary masterpiece. Originally bought this as a joke, but amazing. The amazing works that are contained in
this story? This book? This collection of short stories?
Yeah, no, because I specifically looked at it for that reason.
Vlad the Bus doesn't drink blood anymore, if you know what I mean.
Uh-oh.
And then after he
should have been a succubus.
And you just made the whole thing better.
Yeah.
instead
You
of
can
a
have that one for
vampire.
if
But
you're
that would be a lady.
no. Well, an incubus.
I don't even think any of us know what that is.
An incubus is a male succubus.
Yeah, I mean, I know, I get it from the context, Ben. I wouldn't have put that together. Ben,
Well,
I had
I think
I
the
had to write
band
this story in
Incubus,
an hour.
the all-time like platinum selling band Incubus probably gave that away for some people, but
Yeah, you want that public transportation.
yes, I do. Tell me about it.
And then after he gets fucked a whole bunch, he's like, "Thanks for not turning me into a bat." And the bus is like, "Oh, I don't turn people into bats." And now he's a bus.
Oh.
And then next guy is just he's off to Bort, like the Simpsons, I guess.
What?
Bort.
I
His
don't
name
know.
is Bort.
Okay.
Well, Bort is a dinosaur, and he off to a dinosaur, but that dinosaur is becoming a unicorn, and that's gross. That's disgusting. I'm no, absolutely not. Gross.
Yeah, you could never be into that. You'd have to be some kind of freak. But what if? Wait, what if it's starting to work for you?
Oh wait, no. Well, hold on. Sorry. He's into unicorns, not dinosaurs. That's what it is. Because he says I'm not dinosexual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A little commentary there. A little social commentary.
Also, he's married. He has a wife in this one. And then he goes to a strip club where he watches a unicorn in a cowboy hat doing a strip tease. And then he's like, "Thank you for
Your service.
you're one of the good ones or whatever, and at least you're not some gross dinosaur." And then fuck, is he Bort or is he Bo Jenkins? Look, Ben, the names, I don't care. I can't keep track of them, and I don't care about them.
Okay.
And you're going to say that somehow invalidates my argument, and I'm going to say
it's strange that you took notes and one of the notes wasn't the name.
I took the note twice and have two different names, so that is strange.
Well, that's not the first time you've done that, as we've seen with Lord of the Rings.
we had Eowyn and Arwen, and then I flipped them, and then I duplicated them. Yeah. So after he gets thrown out of the strip club for disrespecting dinosaurs, a skull apparition appears before him. That's his latent homosexuality, because he's like, "Hey, you could be in to dinosaurs and unicorns, and also you're gay." And he's like, I'm not gay. And he was like, "You were just in a male strip club." And he's like, "Yeah, a male unicorn strip club." And then,
I don't know. I see the layers here.
And then he just turns on a dime and decides to accept that he is gay, and then he gets f***ed by a bunch of apparitions.
I see the layers here, Nate.
I see the message, Ben.
I see the commentary.
I see the commentary, Ben. Does that make it good? Does that make it better? I guess it makes it better than if it weren't there. I would not say it makes it good.
Well, Chad, what would you say to
I would also
people
say
who say that you're just jealous of his success?
I would say I also want success, and I want you to buy my book for $5 on Amazon.com right now and tell me if it is terrible. And then buy a second copy, and then perhaps when we get an audiobook, buy that as well. I hope that answered your question.
I just wonder.
I think look,
have you ever thought about just shotgunning stories out to see if you could and photoshopping a fun thing and seeing what you could do with that?
I would not care for the quality of my work.
Chad Dingleton has integrity.
I actually thought that I grew as a writer from Edenverse to Extrasensual Perception. Not that I worked on Edenverse, because that was Nate, but you know.
From reading Edenverse.
Yes, there you go. My thing is, it's trash, and it's okay if you like it, because everyone has their own trash, and that's fine. Not everyone likes the same trash. And
it is
I think you probably should have led.
Paperback of this.
What's that?
It's nuts that you could buy a paperback of this for $15.
That is nuts. Yes. It's also, you probably should not have led with this. You probably should have led with one of his real novels. But you did lose that vote, now that I think about it. You tried.
Okay, so here's the thing. I was actually trying to be nice. Because if it was going to be like, I'm sure his novels are more the sort of thing we're looking for, but I also know his novels are very like 90s or like slasher movie type stuff. So I didn't know if that would be your thing, and I was afraid of like locking you in for a full novel. So I figured I'd at least give you like the shorter one, because you could probably breeze through this.
I did breeze through this.
And I thought maybe it would be funny if in listening to the audiobook you accidentally connected to the wrong Bluetooth at one point. You know, maybe all of a sudden the people in your waiting room are...
Yeah, no, I did this at the gym, Ben, like a man.
Did it confuse you at all hearing about all these people getting while looking at a bunch of buff dudes?
The gym I go to has mostly like older people, because I'm one of them now, Ben.
Oh, Nate. I mean, Chad.
Yeah, I had. Yeah, don't fucking confuse me over here, okay? How dare you?
Don't make
How dare you?
I'm in so many layers of identity right now. Okay, so we've covered 2 stories. 3 stories now?
3 stories, Ben.
4 to go. I don't know if we have any usable material.
No, this is how it goes out, Ben. This is on you. This was your fault. You did this. There's an old plantation house, and there's a colonel unicorn, and he fucks the main character, who says, "I'm your human twink."
Oh boy.
There's
Could you at least use like different verbs that maybe we don't have to bleep?
No. Is that a good verb for you?
I was thinking something more along the lines of like... No, I was thinking more along the lines of like...
out his
like a mommy daddy hug.
He gives him a daddy hug from behind. And then he's like, "Okay, I'll see you in another life." And he's like, "Yeah, no, I'll see you next week." But next chapter. I didn't even know the name of this one. This is the California one. The state of California has been stalking the main character. They go to a bar called the Giggling Fingers, and he says, "You now I want to," and then he daddy hugs him in various what's a good other word for office?
Oh boy.
Hold on, let me look at synonyms.
Let's just say angles.
Daddy hugs him from different angles.
Yeah. Now we're getting something we can use. Okay, now we're getting something we can use.
Yeah, at least most of these characters, they get daddy hugged from various angles, but only by one character. Whereas it starts out with multiple daddy hugs at the same time.
Okay. Let's just say hugs.
Oh God. I'll be honest, I don't even remember the Bigfoot butt camp, Ben, but I know there was a Bigfoot there. And there were lots of hugs.
Seems to be a recurring theme for him with Bigfoot. He returns to that time and time again.
Yeah. He's one of your people.
Yeah,
Has he read the Chestnut Ridge?
probably not.
Has he read the one where Bigfoot is an extra dimensional being in the 70s?
Oh God, there's a whole group of people that are into psychic Bigfoots,
Okay,
and
when you say into,
I do mean.
okay,
So
they like
hear
getting
me out.
hugs from psychic Bigfoot.
They like getting
Okay.
hugs from a psychic Bigfoot. So basically, these people think that Bigfoot is a kind of extra dimensional being that is like hyper intelligent. Like it's the next stage
Let's see
of
if he can help us out with Iran.
well, there's another.
You've got some problems that need help, Mr. Bigfoot.
Oh boy.
Now, would
Maybe
these
he
people
could.
call him Bigfoots or Big Feet?
I think it would be Bigfoots. I mean, I don't really give a shit. You might know more about Bigfoot than me, but I know
No,
more
you
about
need
grammar
to.
than you.
You need to gatekeep.
I am gatekeeping. I'm
Okay.
saying it would be Bigfoots because Bigfoot is a noun, and you're not going to pluralize in English one part of a compound word. That's not how it works. Because it wouldn't be Big's feet. It's Bigfoots.
Big's feet.
Right. Like this is how English works. I'm sorry. Like I don't make the rules, but I do honor them. But regardless, I think I understand, the temptation.
to get with a dinosaur or a unicorn.
No, God, no, that's sick. No, a Bigfoot.
That's sick. Disgusting.
Read Leviticus, please. Come back and talk to me about dinosaurs and unicorns.
God.
But Bigfoot. No, there's a kosher ape.
What about a vampire bus?
I don't think that's really any different than using any other kind of device.
I'm with you. Incubus. That would have
Incubus would have been good.
been the way to
Yeah.
go.
That would have been the way to go.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can have that one, Chuck, if you're listening.
No, you can't. I'm taking it.
We could do puns. And by we, I mean you. You're putting your name on this chat. But like I could think of better puns.
Yeah, and then you just keep chucking them out onto the Amazon. There are 6 books in this series of scary stories to tingle your butt alone. Just that.
This
series.
isn't even the only compilation.
Oh, I know.
But he has a 4.6 stars with 128 reviews. How do you account for that?
Drunk people in college and people who apparently didn't read the book. Look, I get that there's a message here. And maybe that counts a lot more for you than for me because I'm the most milquetoast white straight guy ever. That's fine. I you know what? I think
my problem with you is it very much is the Faulkner versus Hemingway thing. Where, like where Faulkner is like, oh, Hemingway, you're a big dum-dum.
Did Faulkner put all of his energy into one book and then Hemingway just like sat on a toilet and books fell out of his ass?
Well, I think Faulkner's thing with Hemingway was like, Hemingway, he just uses a bunch of tiny words and he just writes the simplest, easiest things to digest. Whereas like Faulkner was trying to write these cerebral masterpieces and then Hemingway is like, oh, you think big emotions come from big words. And then they went back and forth. And
I think that word choice would have helped. Yeah. I don't think you need big words. I think that if you say what you want to say the way I've said it on this podcast, that's not a good thing. This is me just kind of plain Jane
boring talking about it. I imagine his actual books probably have more thought and energy and like interest invested in it.
But you think even like you're taking the stance that if you're going to sit down and put pen to paper, you're making a commitment. You're making a commitment to quality. And if you're going to publish that
Ben, I
work,
don't want to be mean and say that this would be something that an AI would generate, but I think if this were published in nowadays, you could make that argument that you could just type in Chat GPT, write me 7 pages on gay Bigfoot
I think you
haunting
have
my.
to.
There again in
Have
that
they
first
allowed
story,
erotica yet, or do they still have to jailbreak it?
I think they. I think that it's still something that needs to be jailbreaked. I will say that first story was a lot better than pretty much everything else in the series because he does try to throw in a few jokes. Like he did try to insert some humanity into the cold, sterile words on the page, or in this case,
Oh, look at you getting all fancy.
yeah, fuck yeah, I'm Faulkner apparently.
In this comparison, you are Faulkner. Yes.
Chad Faulknerton.
Which is funny because he has the no, I think I could make X puns out of both of their names. So has it inspired you in any way to like generate more of your own work and really try to compete?
I have some ideas. I don't know if I'm getting them out anytime soon.
I was going to say, when can we expect the next Chad Dingleton thing? And will it be a sequel, or are you going to move on to new universes and perhaps new beings?
Well, the better question is, will anyone read it?
No, Glenn. We'll make Glenn read it. You know, at a bare minimum, I'll read it and Glenn will.
And maybe if we're really lucky, Travis Baldry? Eh?
Can you imagine Travis Baldry like giving it his all, doing all the voices?
Travis, how much money?
I know you got a price, buddy. What is it? Oh, how much to debase yourself for words about books? I mean, hey, we do it for like 60, $65 a month.
Yeah. I'm sure that Travis would ask for quite a bit more, but you just tell me your price. I'm willing to try and meet it.
Well, if you make a good enough story, he might be willing to cut you a deal. He might just want in on it.
I think this is a pretty solid story,
Now, I will give you reluctantly extrasensual perception is probably it's definitely more of a complete story with characters that um have more than one dimension um
You'll
and
remember their names at the end
like
of
a
it.
conflict and a problem to solve and a resolution and an end, and you just kind of like really but the fun thing about extrasensory perception was it was that story about psychics that you had always wanted to write that you just couldn't ever quite get it out of your head, and then finally the one way you were able to write it was to make it an erotica. And I loved that as like the premise, and I think we've undersold that. I think we undersold that. Like it's the same setup as like Cecil H. Mills wanting to write the great American novel but being forced to write children's books in the exact opposite direction. He wanted to write a comic book, but nobody would take it seriously, so he wrote an erotica. Oh gosh. I don't know where to go from here, Chad.
down over to Amazon. Type in Extrasensual Perception by Chad Dingleton in the search bar. Find it. Order yourself a copy.
Let's see how many ratings Chad Dingleton has.
I'm going to guess 0.
If I can even find it. It doesn't come up when you type in Chad Dingleton.
It does when I did it. Oh, it's not even $5. Sorry, it's $1. What a steal! $1 on Kindle? Crazy. 58
That's actually
pages?
not bad. I can't
Just
find it.
Just in time for the holidays.
I'm going to need you to send me a link.
December
I can't
24th.
find it on
Wow.
Or you could become a patron and it's included. Yeah, I can't find it, dude.
Wow. I found it immediately. And I'm on incognito. Does that matter?
No, that would help. Yeah, I can't find it. What are you searching for?
I just put Chad Dingleton. It's the first thing that popped up.
I didn't get it. Okay. Yeah.
0 reviews.
0 reviews. No one's read it. I'm going to write you a review. The Faulkner to Chuck Tingle's Hemingway.
Holy shit, most of his books are $15 and up. And I'm selling it for 99 cents. 99 cents, and you get 58 glorious pages.
Let me see if it posted my review. Oh, it didn't post my review instantly. They're reviewing it. Don't you worry. I wrote your review. It's going to be okay now.
Was it a 1 star?
No, I gave you 5 stars.
Okay.
I gave you 5 stars. I titled it an erotic classic. And I said, this is the Faulkner to Chuck Tingle's Hemingway. And that's a pretty highbrow reference. You gotta be a real bookman to get that one. So you might not cultivate like a large audience, but I think you're gonna win the culture. You know.
Yeah, look at this. This amazing description here.
Would you like the end of this to just be an ad for your book?
Yes, because I wrote it. God damn it! I Morgoth's ring this motherfucker. I put part of myself in there. I deserve this, Ben.
All right, if you would like to, since we've lost everybody,
yes,
half the episode is just a sine wave tone, and no one's listening to the Too Hot for TV version. So, okay, here you go. A man with psychokinesis, just drifting through life. A woman with telepathy, forced into hiding. Their worlds change when they discover one another. Together, they learn to value one another. You used one another too much.
Hey, shut up. I also missed the word at the end.
And find that something special that was missing from their lives. But fate has conspired to keep them apart. I don't remember that. They'll have to become as one in order to stand a chance at defeating a shadowy organization gunning for them. A love story for the ages. Extrasensual Perception has everything. It's got action. It's got excitement. It's got drama. It's got psychic powers. It's got cyborgs. Look, the point is, we needed a story to link the gratuitous erotic scenes together, and, well, I'd buy this for $1. A reference to the price of $1. Well, there you go.
There you go.
So check out Chad Dingleton. Check out Chuck Tingle.
No.
No, it's Hemingway versus Faulkner. Get in they're both good. They're both classics in the American canon, just like Chad Dingleton, unless he's Canadian. And oh no, sorry, Chad Dingleton. I know Chad Dingleton's not Canadian. Sorry. Chuck Tingle might be Canadian. I don't know. He's got a bag on his head.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So get out there, read yourself some Chad Dingleton, some Chuck Tingle, and let us know in the comments, which I don't know where those will be, what you think, but don't use descriptive words because you'll get it banned. So patrons,
is this what you wanted? Remember, this was Ben's Christmas gift to me.
I thought he'd do a better job covering it. Okay, that's on me. I thought first off, I thought Nate
there'd be a real story here.
I thought Nate would at least have the guts to show up and not send his little callboy Chad Dingleton.
I'm a big call boy. Thank you very much.
But yeah, I'll thank the patrons. You guys know what this is. You know what this show is. Ship of Destiny took a lot of work, okay?
And the author also it took a lot of work for him too, because he wasn't just shitting out garbage.
Oh, beloved
Jacob Lansky doing whatever the fuck he wants, motherfucker.
So is Chad Dingleton. You are two peas in a pod there. And then of course we have Jamie, the Gravy Man, with the If You Want the Gravy blog. Jamie, there's unfortunately just too many directions I could go with the shout out.
Yeah, you do not want the gravy in this.
Yeah, we're not just hey Jamie, you're doing good. Gravy. So there's Isekai Sensei Sama of That Time I Got Reincarnated in the Same World as an Anime Podcast. Again, anime. This is low hanging fruit. We're just gonna have to move on. John Bierce, author of The Rack.
Real author
of The Rack. We're already done. Sorry, John. That's not gonna work. Oh God, who else we got? Spooky Shy. I can't make a joke about Spooky Shy sitting right there. So that one's out. So I think that's everybody.
We got it.
Yeah.
We did it. Successful completion.
Oh.
Hit that.
Damn. Oh boy.
Now we're out.
Oh God. This is
your fault. Yes.
We haven't missed a week of words about books in like 7 years. And this is the first time I'm like, what if we just didn't release an episode this week?
That's what you get for giving me the episode.
All right. Well, here's hoping this one doesn't kill the podcast. We're back on the
words about books.
Yeah, we're back on the mic. We ended the recording having totally forgotten that there's another part of the show where we actually rate the book like it's a review show. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, no, we straight up forgot. This has been a disaster. Most of it's not usable because it's all about getting by various creatures. It's he has sex with a bus, he has sex with a Bigfoot, he has sex with a unicorn, he has sex with another Bigfoot. And I think there's something there in the Bigfoot thing. I think Chuck Tingle, he's revealing too much there. But no.
Content and ideas, Ben, is a 3.
Wow.
There are definitely ideas and plot points, but they are underdeveloped. Very much so. Just underdeveloped. The book, there's no arcs for any of these characters. I hardly remember any of their names. They're pretty much paper thin characters just there to get hugged from various different angles.
Yeah.
Organization 2. Organizational structure is present but ineffective. I didn't know when we were in a new chapter half the time. I had to
I
look down at my device.
I think that's almost worthy of a 1, so you're being generous then.
You're right. No organizational structure is present. Plot points are disconnected in a way that is not intentional. It's a 1, Ben. There you go.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Chuck. I tried.
The pacing is either much too fast or much too slow, is what I was going to say for that, too. But yeah, you're right. 1, organizational structure is abysmal. Just have someone tell me the title that you pause at the end of the book for a few seconds, or sorry, at the end of the chapter. The
I think
next
they're
story,
supposed to be different books.
whatever.
He calls them
They're different
books.
stories. You pause at the end of one. Next one, you introduce the name, then you start reading. So I know that we're in a different story now. Use of language 2. Simplistic language, Ben. Now, I don't know. Limited vocabulary is employed relative to its intended audience. If its intended audience are drunks, maybe you could argue a 3, but it definitely, honestly, these stories would have been saved for me if they had more of like a human connection. If it felt like there was some heart and some passion put into the word choice.
I do think there's a diminishing return on the shock value, especially when you're writing like one of these a month.
Yeah, it definitely just,
Because eventually it comes to a point where something like Mommy Daddy Hug is actually funnier than the more explicit language. Because now you're like your discomfort or you're continuing to find new weird ways to say things makes it more interesting.
yeah, no, and it would actually be more than just like plain speech.
Yeah.
Like, there's just something about it that it's just so straightforward, and it lacks personality in a lot of these stories. Personal preference, Ben. I'm struggling between a 2 and a 1. Can I understand its appeal to others? I guess. Again, it's not my trash, it's someone else's trash. And you're not going to necessarily like my trash. So that's okay. So I'll give it a 2. I dislike the book, but I understand other people can get behind it and in front of it and one in each hand. Recommendation strength, niche audience who wouldn't care about major flaws. That would be a 2.
I think that's fair.
So that's a total of 30 points.
Okay. That's 1 out of 5.
That would be a 1.
Is that what you
Yeah.
gave it?
I don't know. Maybe I was afraid of backlash and front lash and side to side lash and underneath lash. If I haven't given it a 1, I'll go back and I'll give it a 1. Because that's fair, Ben.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think. Yeah. I mean, what did he expect? I don't think anybody's going to be offended that you like. If you actually rated the quality of the story, it's a low quality story. It is a low quality story.
Yeah, regardless of the message.
Yeah. Well, okay, yeah. It doesn't sound like there's much of a message.
Not really. Not in these. Again, maybe in his novels, when he has more breathing room to work it, it's fine.
It sounds more like he's maybe it's like a joke about a certain kind of person.
Yeah, probably.
Like it's a joke. It's a joke. It's not a message. It's a joke relying on an aspect of like LGBT culture that you would need to understand to get the joke.
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. All I know is we got 6 more minutes of content out of this.
Oh yeah, I did rate it 1 star. So All right. We did it. Successful completion of an episode. All over a chest and face. Good night, everyone.